This is page 2 of the chapter 1 and 2 practice test for Algebra 2. So the directions say solve each inequality and graph its solution. So since the inequality symbol here is less than or equal to, we're going to take that 7, slide it out front and make it -7, slide that symbol down. Then in the center, we're going to write what's in the absolute value bars, which is the -3 plus b, less than or equal to 7. To get the b by itself, we're going to add 3 to all 3 parts of the inequality. -7 plus 3 is -4. These cancel, leaving us with b. 7 plus 3 is 10. So at -4, we have a closed circle, fill it in. At +10, we have a closed circle, fill it in, and then shade in between. Number 14. Because of the greater than or equal to symbol, we're going to write as 2 separate inequalities. The first one is the exact same inequality without the absolute value bars. Then you write the or. Then you switch 2 things. So you're going to say n minus 4, reverse that to less than or equal to, and change that to -7. Then we want to add 4 to both sides of the inequality. We get n greater than or equal to 11. Add 4 to both sides. N less than or equal to -3. So at +11, we have a closed circle. There's 11. Greater than, so we shade to the right. At -3, we have a closed circle. Fill it in. And less than, so shaded to the left. All right, jumping down to number 15, we need to isolate the absolute value first. So we're going to add 10 to both sides. That leaves us with the absolute value of n over 4 greater than 1. Okay? Because the absolute value symbol of, or the inequality symbol of greater than, we're going to rewrite this as 2 inequalities. So n over 4 is greater than 1, or n over 4, and then reverse the inequality to less than and change that to negative. Multiply both sides by 4. We get cancel here, n is greater than 4. Multiply both sides by 4. These cancel, we have n less than -4. So at +4, we have an open circle. It's greater than, shade to the right. At -4, we have an open circle, less than, shade to the left. Number 16, the inequality, or the absolute value is being divided by 8. So I'm going to multiply 8 by both sides first. So it's isolated. And we have the absolute value of -6a greater than 4 times 8 is 30. 4 times 8 is 48. 32, sorry. 16, 16, 30. Okay. So we're going to, because of the greater than inequality, we're going to rewrite this as 2 inequalities. So we're going to have -6a greater than 32, or -6a less than or equal to -32. Divide both sides by -6. Did I multiply wrong? 4 times 8? 16, 16, 32. Okay. All right. So we're going to have, when we divide by a negative number, that reverses our inequality. We got a, and then -6 goes into 32. Well, let's reduce it, or yeah, because it's even. So 16 and 3, -3/16, so -5 1/3. And then when we divide by -6 on this one, we also flip that. These cancel. We have a. Negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 6 goes into 32, 5 1/3. All right, so when we go to graph it, at -5 1/3, so roughly right here, we have an open circle, less than, shaded to the left. And at +5 1/3, open circle, greater than, so shaded to the right. Jumping down to number 17. 2 steps to get that absolute value by itself. So I'm going to start by subtracting 4 from both sides. I have 10 times the absolute value of n minus 5 greater than 30. So I need to divide both sides by 10, which leaves me with the absolute value of n minus 5 greater than 3. Because the greater than, I rewrite it as n minus 5 greater than 3, or n minus 5, reverse it to less than, switch the sign to negative 3. Solve them separately. So add 5, n is greater than 8, add 5, n is less than 2. So when we go to graph it at positive 8, we have an open circle, greater than, shaded to the right. And at positive 2, so down here, open circle, less than, so shaded to the left. All right, last one, 18. We want to add 7 to both sides. That leaves us with 7 times the absolute value of negative 9 plus m, less than or equal to 126. So when we divide both sides by 7, we have the absolute value of negative 9 plus m, less than or equal to 18. Because of the less than or equal to inequality, we're going to write it as a 3-part. So this 18 shifts out front to negative, slide the symbol down, rewrite the absolute value in the middle as negative 9 plus m, and then that part stays the same. We want to get that m by itself, so we add 9 to all 3 parts. And we've got negative 9 less than or equal to m, and m is less than or equal to 27. So at 27, we have a closed circle, and at negative 9, we have a closed circle. M is in between, so we shade in between.